Welcome to the Take Podcast, where we seek the news that isn't considered popular or relevant enough in today's media landscape, and some things that are. World news and topics from all continents. Yes, even Antarctica, ranging from environmental, culture, politics, history, and economics. With that being said, enjoy, and please feel free to reach out and keep this an interactive experience.
Okay, so this is my first recording on the Wisdom app, and I'm Sean James, the host of the Take Podcast. On the Take Podcast, we seek the news that isn't considered popular or relevant enough in today's media landscape, and some things that are. World news and topics from all continents. Yes, even Antarctica will be covered, ranging from environmental, culture, politics, history, and economics. So, with all that being said, enjoy, and please feel free to reach out and keep this an interactive experience. So, something I have wanted to touch on that I have really found funny has been the student debt relief thing. And I'm like, okay, I hear they're saying, hey, if you made this certain amount of money, you're covered up to $10,000. You made this amount of money, you're covered to $20,000. If it's couples, made this amount of money. And I'm like, okay, people are getting some form of relief with their student debt. But then I hear people go, well, this is bullshit. We don't like this. No, they're getting a cop out. They didn't even finish college. And I'm like, I don't understand. What's the problem? Because you paid yours off, and this person might still be in college, or they're not in college. Maybe they didn't finish life circumstances. Yet the issue becomes they're getting government relief, and the concept I keep hearing every time is, well, nobody forced them to go to college. And I look at it and I go, okay, well, I understand the concept of, nobody forced you to go to college. In other situations, it becomes, well, technically, some people were forced into college by their parents, by cultural and societal norms. So I can understand how some people are out here saying, hey, I think it's a great thing that the government is, looking us out and giving us some type of relief here. But I can also see it from the perspective of the other people who go, well, I worked hard, I bust my ass in college, I did my 4 years, I did 8 years, I still have loans, or I paid all my stuff off. How is that fair? And I don't comprehend how people can argue over and over with one another when I look at it and go, it's the real problem with the student debt relief, not just a concept of, hey, I paid off all my student loans. So even though this whole program is supposed to be for people that have loans in the system, shouldn't, you know, I receive something? I mean, if people had been told, hey, look, you paid off yours, so what we're going to do is actually send you a refund check of some sort. Here's compensation for working hard and paying off because we want to keep it fair across the board. I mean, you sent out a ton of stimulus checks to people, and I understand there was qualifications for that as well. But for those who, if you took those same parameters of qualifications and said, hey, look, we understand you paid all your stuff off. Let's see your taxes from 2020, 2021. Okay, you actually fall in the parameters of the 10,000 or 20,000. With that being said, we're going to turn around and send $10,000 to you or $20,000 to you. That would completely, and I seriously mean, that would completely erase the whole concept of I don't think it's fair that the government is giving people this relief when I worked hard to pay mine off. If the government said, hey, everybody's going to be qualified, even if you paid all your student loans, you're going to be qualified for 10,000, you're going to be qualified for the 20,000. The only reason you complain after that point is because you're bored, you have nothing to do, and you need a reason to complain. I need I would need somebody to literally tell me a genuine reason why you would complain after that point. Unless then you come along with a statement of, hey, well, I'm grateful for the relief, but I don't feel, I don't feel like it's enough. Then I would have said you're being greedy. At that point, I believe I'm going to have to call out greed. Like, I understand there's people that say, well, hey, we're glad that we're receiving 10,000. We're glad we're receiving 20. But I go to a historically black college or university, and I remember Biden saying, hey, I'm going to wipe out all their debt. And I didn't know this. I didn't know this until I want to say last Monday when I heard this. And I was like, wait, he said that while he was campaigning to be president, that he was gonna clear all their debts? Wow. Okay, so he didn't do that. And now we're saying here's 10,000 if you qualify for this, here's 20 if you qualify for that. I mean, that almost feels like that was a political move, a political stunt to say, hey, if we just make everybody feel included, we can just not focus on that, right? Yeah. All right, bet. Let's run with that. Let's run with that. I didn't think the pandemic was going to hit us this hard. I thought maybe I could try and, wipe all that debt like I said I was going to do, but things happen. We sent our stimulus checks. We don't kind of hit here. So let's just give out just enough and let's make it fair. I genuinely believe that's what happened. I believe they said, hey, we can't clear all that debt, but what we're going to do is say here's 10 and 20. Whatever one you qualify for, with a single or a couple, here you go. Be happy. And when midterms come, you know who you vote for, right? We know where we're going with this money. This money's, we're going. And then I see people go, well, this is the Biden administration bribing people. And I'm like, uh, is it really a bribe? Can you really count it as a bribe? Because there's people who will just go, I really hate my job. I really hate this person. I don't like that person. I think that is wrong. Here's some money. Oh, thank you for the money. Let me pay some bills off. Let me cover this and that. Got my debt down. Oh, this doesn't change how I feel about you. This is this cash to somehow make you a good person in my eyes. Now, I do believe some people will turn around and come midterms, they'll vote toward whoever's a part of the Biden administration, toward the Democratic Party. They'll do it. That I can see happening, but not to the degree that it's like it's gonna swing votes across the board. That one just blows my mind for that concept. So overall, for me, the real issue comes down to plain and simple: people that have paid their debt did not receive anything, and they feel, I'm gonna say, slighted by the government. They truly feel as though somebody just spit in their face, told them they're nothing, and then just focus their attention on other people. Now, I personally, I didn't go to college. For me, I didn't do a 4 year thing, nothing. I actually did online. Got a degree in sports nutrition, and it was actually in another country. So I actually got my degree in Ireland. It counts here. So I'm like, hey, cool. I'm good. I paid mine. I'm good. I personally don't have any type of feelings, like personal feelings toward it as like, well, maybe I should be qualified for this or that. No, no. I'm an outsider looking in, and I just look and say, where's the common ground? I see this side, I see that side. What is going to bring you to the middle to have that communication? That's what I wonder. So if any listeners have any type of input, feel free to join in because I would love to know how you feel about it. But also, how do people around you feel toward it? Side note, I have to say, apple, Fiji apple kombucha is pretty good. Okay. Well, if nobody has anything to say, I want to say thank you for listening to my first post on here. You can find a link in my profile to both the Spotify, the Apple Podcast, and I'm pretty much have everything listed out there for Anchor to Amazon Music, Google Podcast. For other talks, if you had joined in, didn't catch it from the beginning, feel free to listen back. And I just want to say, enjoy yourself, enjoy the day, and stay prosperous. Peace.